Hello, Woodlands Alto players. Hope you're doing well, staying safe, and finding a lot of time to practice. This is virtual lesson number 3, video lesson, and we are going to just cover actually just a few warm-up techniques today, and then we're going to go through the duet and the test on page 9. So, we're going to first just start with our long tones. So again, we're going to just hold out the notes we've learned so far. And we're going to start with our low G, which is 1, 2, and 3. Then we're going to go to A, to B, C, which is just our middle finger. And then D, we cross the break and we put all 6 fingers down, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and our thumb. So that's called crossing the break, going from C to D. And D, we got to have all fingers down. And remember, your fingers are like curved like a claw. We got to keep it curved like a claw. So that's the key to playing fast and having good technique. So what we're going to do though is we are going to set up a metronome. It's very important now that we are setting up a metronome and using a metronome whenever we are playing. So what I have here is the access code from the back of the book with all the backing tracks. So this is page 9. I just have it set up, and if you can see, there's little stars by some of the pieces. So there's a star. What I want you to do is I want you to click on those and read about it. So it'll tell you about the piece, and it'll only take you about a minute to read, so it won't take long. So they're really interesting. So click them and read about the music. It's really cool. And what we're going to do though is, in order to get a metronome, is you got to go over here and there's a little metronome and tuner icon. And you're going to click on that. Also, you can get metronomes off the App Store on your phone for free, and there's a ton of them that work perfectly well. So if you want to use your phone instead, that's great too. But this is what will happen when this pulls up, and then you'll see metronome. So what you're going to do is you're going to click on the number, set it to 60, you'll double click the number, and then you just click on the word metronome. And you can see now the metronome's on. I click on it to turn it off. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn our metronome on to 60. We're going to tap our toe to that steady tempo. Make sure you're always tapping your toe so you can lock in and internalize the pulse, internalize the music. All right, here we go. We're going to hold out our first note, which is G. Remember, curved like a claw, and 1, 2, and 3. Now remember, corners tight, pull that jaw towards the floor. Ready? 1, 2, ready, and go. Next note, A. Next note, B. 2, 3, 4. All right, so if you notice, I wasn't blasting away. I'm keeping my sound nice and controlled. I wasn't, you know what I mean? You don't want to be blasting. With saxophone, it's a loud instrument, so you got to control your sound. Just nice and relaxed, cool, fast air. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to start on D, and we're going to work our way down. So again, keep your fingers right on top of the pearls, and keep your hands like a claw. So here we go, starting on D, working our way down to C, B, A, and then G. Here we go, 1, 2, cool, fast air. Nice and soft. Corners tight, chin flat. Last note, G. All right, so again, keep your corners tight, your chin flat, and keep that cool, fast air moving forward. Now, what we're going to do, so those were our long tones. What we're going to do is we're going to actually learn a new note today. So, the new note we're going to learn is the note E. So, if we have the note D, which is our thumb on this octave key, first finger, second finger, third finger. So that's D. For E, you just lift up one finger. So now you have your octave key, your octave bis, your 1, 2, and 3, and then 1 and 2. So that's the note E. So let's hold out E. So we want to start adding that to our long tones. So that's our new note we're going to add. So now we have E. So, and if you look at the treble clef, it's going to be our very top space. So if you remember FACE for our spaces on treble clef, the very top space is now going to be E. So we got to start using, we got to start reading and noticing E. And remember, our lines for treble clef are E, G, B, D, and F. So we got to memorize which notes are which. All right. So I just wanted to talk through a couple of other good warm-ups. So if you go and you look in your book and you look at number 15, there's a little blue arrow that says Rhythm Studies, page 44. And then back on number 9, there's also Rhythm Studies. So we're going to do that. We're going to go to page 44, and there's a bunch of great rhythm studies, which are awesome for a warm-up. So it'll look like this, Rhythm Studies. And it says we should be able to do 1 through 17 right now at our ability. So, also, if we look, we notice there's only one line, so it doesn't really tell us which note to play. There's no treble clef staff that tells us which note. So that means we get to choose whatever note we want to play. So what we're going to do is we are actually going to play our new note E, which is our thumb, 1, 2, and 3, 1 and 2, and we're going to read that rhythm, number 1, and with the note E. So I'm going to make sure I'm sitting up tall, relaxed, my embouchure is good, I'm using cool, fast air, I got my metronome on, and I'm playing the note E. So here, this is rhythm study number 1 on page 44. 1, 2, cool, fast air. All right, so remember, if you're getting a little bit of a gargle, that means there's too much spit. So just suck it out of your mouthpiece and swallow off your tongue by going like that. So, did you remember the repeat? Also, try to keep your air nice and steady. You went ba da. Your tongue just kind of interrupts the airspeed. Da da. You don't go da. Duh, duh. You got to keep it nice and steady. All right, let's move on now. Let's do number 2, and let's do the note C. So again, this is just our middle finger, just number 2. Here we go. 1. So just finger 2 for number 2. Here we go. 1, 2, whole notes and half notes. All right, did you remember to take that repeat? So this is how it kind of works. You just pick a random note, set your metronome. Gotta have your metronome on to make sure you're playing correct rhythms. You don't want to be speeding up or slowing down. And always tap your toe. Tap, 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 and count in your head. Remember, rhythm is the most important part. If you play a wrong rhythm, that's super obvious compared to a wrong note. So, let's move on now. Let's go to number 6, and I'm actually going to speed up the metronome to 80. Oh, my battery's low. Hope it doesn't die. I'm going to grab a charger quick. Sorry, guys. Boom. Alright, we're plugged in. Alright, so we're going to do number 6 now. Let's do the note G. So, again, it's just 1, 2, and 3. Now remember, when you put on your bis, you're on the 2nd bis, the 4th bis, and the 5th bis. But we want to think of it as 1, 2, and 3, because remember, there's your pad. You could see it underneath. Boom, boom. 1, 2, and 3. Alright, here we go. This is number 6 on the note G. So we got quarter notes, a quarter rest, half notes. 1, 2, tap your toe. Ooh, sorry, I had my octave note down. So we want to keep that off. 1, 2, number 6. Alright, remember to take that repeat. Keep your embouchure relaxed. Chin towards the floor, corners and chin tight. Alright, let's go ahead and do number 12 now. So number 12 is a little tricky. Let's do it on the note B. So B is just our first finger. Here we go. 1, 2, set up your embouchure. Let's hold out our first note just to get a good sound. Here we go. 1, 2, number 12. All right. So, how'd you do? We're gonna go ahead, pause this, metronome. So, go ahead, just pick random ones, 1 through 17. Practice your rhythm reading. Remember, rhythm is super important. So just pick random notes, hold out your first note for a while, and then go into your rhythm. Again, always have the metronome going though, too. That's super important. All right, so those are a couple great warm-ups. You have your long tones, and you have your rhythm reviews. So, awesome. Now we're going to go to page 9 again, back to page 9, and we're going to go ahead and do our duet. So like I said in the previous video, we were going to do our duet together. So I hope you practiced, and I hope you are ready to go. So, here we go. I'm going to keep the metronome at 80, so if you are not ready for this speed, make sure you practice a little bit more, but you should have been practicing and ready for this. So, here we go. Here's 80. I'll hold out. This is your first note, so this is a G. Here you go. You're going to go. That's going to be your part. Remember, you're line A, so when you take the repeat, you got to go back to line A. Here we go. I'll be line B. So, ready? 1, 2, ready, go. right, so how did you do? Did you remember to stay on the line A? Did you keep your toe tapping to keep that nice steady tempo? Remember, you got to start tapping your toe. All right, we're going to move on now to number 27. So remember, this is a test. This was a test, so I hope you worked on that one too. So, but first we're going to finger through and say the note names and sing. So we got a C as our first note, and we're on 27, good king. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, go. C, 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 D, C, C, G, A, G, A, B, C, rest, C, rest, C, 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 D, C, C, G, A, G, A, B, C, rest, C, rest, C, 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 D, C, C, G, A, G, A, B, C, 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 D, C, C, G, A, G, A, B, C, rest, C, rest. All right, so again, if you're not ready for that speed, practice and work your way up to it. It's okay if you need to take another day or two to practice and work your way up to it, but just make sure you keep working on it every single day, and then you'll be able to play it faster. So, all right, we're going to try it together. So this is, again, the metronome's at 80, and we're going to hold out our first note, make sure we got a good sound. Again, I'm sitting at the edge of my chair, feet flat on the floor, relaxed. My bell, or the edge of my saxophone right here, is on my knee. Not on top of my knee, but on the side of my knee, next to my knee. And the instrument is coming to me. Remember that. You don't want to come to your instrument. You want the instrument to come to you. All right, here we go. Here's number 27, starting on a C. 1, 2, ready, go. Alright, so that was good, King. Remember, if you weren't ready for that speed, work your way up. Turn off the metronome for a sec. Alright, so what you're going to do this week is just, I want you to just play through your favorite songs. Go ahead, go back, put on a metronome. That's super important now. Keep your toe tapping, and go ahead and play. Just go ahead and go through and play through all your favorite ones you did. So, and review some of them. Go back a couple pages. It'll be a lot easier now, I bet. So there's another duet you could have done on page 11. There's a lot of great stuff. So just go back and reread through the first couple pages and up to page 9. And then next week we will continue with page 10. So keep doing pages up to page 9, and then also do page 44, those rhythm reviews with a metronome. So if you're either using your phone or you're using the computer, whatever you're using, just make sure you got the metronome clicking along. So that'll help establish your steady time to where you don't speed up or you don't accidentally slow down. You know what I mean? So just keep using that metronome to keep your steady time. That's how you become a great musician, is you get your internal clock going and you master those rhythms. So remember, rhythm is super important. That's one of the most important things. All right, so hope you keep practicing. Hope you stay well. Hope you stay safe. And I'm hoping to see you guys soon. So take it easy, keep practicing, and stay safe. Bye, guys. Take it easy.